Alright guys, everyone knows that Burger King flame grill those burger patties to give it that iconic flavour and smell. But is it possible to hack this at home when cooking burgers using an air fryer? This is what we're going to find out today. Let's cook. So this is the shopping list that you're going to need. You're going to want some beef mince that has a high fat content. You're going to want your burger buns. This is the magic ingredient, okay? We're going to need some liquid smoke, okay? This has pecan flavor, wood, and it is my absolute favorite, my absolute go-to. You can get it in a lot of places. And we're going to need some smoked bacon, we're going to need some cheese and seasoning, okay, because we're going to be replicating the bacon double cheeseburger today. So the first step is just to get your beef mince, and then I just like to dab it dry, get rid of any excess moisture before we hit step 2, and that is utilizing this liquid smoke. This liquid smoke is going to give it that smoky flavor that we absolutely love when we go to Burger King, okay? So I would say we've got about 500 grams of ground beef. 2 teaspoons of the liquid smoke is going to give a cracking little flavor. We're then going to actually season the meat, okay? We're going to season the meat. It's not something I would usually do, but for this recipe, it works really, really well to get some ground pepper into your meat before you kind of start forming it. You're then going to want to mix it with your fingers and just scrunch it all the way through, but don't don't do this for too long. We just want to make sure that that liquid smoke has gone all the way through, okay? So don't overwork it, but make sure you've squeezed it quite a few times to make sure it's there. There's 500 grams. We'll make 6 patties, okay? So as I said, we're going to be replicating the bacon double, 2 patties, 1 regular size burger bun. This is going to give 6, okay? And they're going to be just the right size. They're not going to be ridiculously thick. They're going to be what I prefer, a nice thin patty, 2 of them sandwiched with the cheese. So we've made our 6 patties here, and then we're going to go through the process which I like to do when I make my burgers. So if you're making smash burgers, you're using your cast iron pan, you smash it into the pan. But we're putting these in the air fryer, okay? So we need to do the smashing before. So you can see I put the ball between 2 sheets of greaseproof paper, and then I smash down a pan on top. This is how I make my bacon in the oven. Put it in the oven 180 degrees Celsius on in the oven, and after about 8 minutes, take it out, flip it over, put it back in the oven, and then cook it to your desired taste, how crispy you like it. I reckon in total about 20 minutes. We're now on the air fryer. You can see that I preheated it, and then we stick it in there. We stick those 2 patties in the air fryer. This is after 3 minutes. We then flip them over. We put it back. This is 200 degrees for people asking. 200 degrees Celsius in the air fryer. They have about 3 minutes on each side, and then they're ready to go. We're ready to plate up. So we've got our brioche bun that we've toasted. Okay, I know that Burger King don't use that, but I'm making it at home, man. So we've got our first patty. We then salt it. A little bit of seasoning, okay? A little bit of seasoning on the fresh patty. Then the first slice of cheese. Then the second, the bacon double, okay? And then a little bit of seasoning again, of course. Then we're going to hit it with the second cheese. So this is one of the things that differentiates it from McDonald's. I think their similar thing doesn't have second cheese, okay? Particularly the Big Mac only has 1 slice of cheese. You can see I snapped my bacon up, and I've piled up quite a few. You can see those bacon pieces were absolutely out of this world. They were so good. Now this comes with no sauce. Bacon double is served with no sauce, so we're putting it together as is. All right, guys. So we've ticked off another classic burger cooked in the air fryer. This time we went with Burger King. Now Burger King has a very different taste to some of the others because it has that smoky taste, flame grilled. Okay, and they say that nothing's added to it. It's essentially just the process of cooking it. It replicates the smoke and then that gets into the meat. Okay, now obviously using an air fryer, we've got a very basic tool that doesn't actually have, you know, searing capacities of any great nature, and it's definitely not going to be able to replicate smoke. So in this recipe we use liquid smoke, and it does do a very good job of adding that smoky vibes that you're gonna want if you're trying to replicate a Burger King burger. Now I've gone for the old classic, which is the bacon double. Okay, the standard bacon double, which is essentially 2 patties, 2 pieces of cheese, and some smoked bacon. Okay, in the UK it doesn't come with any sauce or anything extra. It just comes on a plain version on its own. But I think we've done a real cracking good job. You can see how crispy, I think we can see how crispy my bacon is. But I'm probably going to drop it. If I attempt to. But anyway, so we'll close that because this part of the video is all about a taste test. So let's quit rambling and take a bite. Lovely stuff. Now because you've got the 2 slices of cheese, you can get away with having no sauce because the 2 slices of cheese act like, you know, something a little bit saucy, which is really cool. So I used the pecan smoked liquid smoke, and it adds a very subtle taste. You could put a little bit more. The previous time I did this, what I also did was I brushed a little bit over the top of the burger when I put it in to the air fryer as well, so you get extra smoky flavour, but it's not entirely necessary. But that's a cracking little burger. Another one ticked off the list. And give it a go. Remember to hit the thumbs up button, thanks button, subscribe. Check out the description for anything that other ways to support the channel. Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon for more in this series and more in some of the other videos that I've got up my sleeve. See you later, guys.